Alrighty, so in today's video, I aim to kind of help you guys with AGL Full Power Broly, more so the teams aspect of AGL Full Power Broly. Now, there's chances are, if you're watching this video, you either pulled Broly on your JP account, or you're watching this before the global anniversary and you're wondering what team should I run Broly on, or what are the best teams for Broly. Now, the first thing to note is to look at his leader skill, right? This isn't supposed to be like a beginner's guide or anything like that, but we are going to go over at least the categories that he's leading so we can get an idea of what to expect. So, Super Bosses, Transformation Boost, and Full Power. 3 categories with super high ceiling units, but also kind of like the negative side of it is not so great. So with that being said, let's go ahead and look at Super Bosses. So Super Bosses, a team with a lot of potential. I think that's the best way to put it, right? This team has some units that are good, and it has some units that are downright disgusting, right? In a bad way. Obviously, Broly and our homie Golden Frieza, phenomenal. But when you go down with the roster, it's like, I don't know, right? If you want to look at some of the potential options that you would want to run, so let's say you want to make a pure Super Bosses team, right? My recommendation would be you run this Broly, this Golden Frieza, you want to run Tech Zamasu, you want to run the physical Broly trios, that's 4 out of 6 right there. And if you are desperate enough, I think this LR Beerus with his EZA could potentially look promising. And if like you're really desperate or something like that, you could fill in like Brienne in this spot, or you could go down and look here. We've got, let's see, this team is rough. AGL, this Zamasu would be my recommendation, right? So your rotations would be something like Broly and the Broly trio, and then you would have AGL Zamasu with Tech Zamasu, and then you'd have this Golden Frieza floating, and then like Brienne or Beerus floating. That would be how I'd want to run this team. Just not a ton of options, but that no need to fear. This is not the only way we can run this team, but that is how I would want to do it if you have a Super Bosses exclusive team, because Super Bosses is just not good. But we are waiting on a few things. This Beerus' EZA as well as this First Form Frieza's EZA could potentially see fill-in options, but I'm sure most of you guys know at this point that the way they really handle these free-to-play units is not like endgame red zone supreme battle spectacle memorial battle level ready, right? It's more of just like okay units. Some honorable mentions on this team, I would say, is this Broly right here. And then if you also want to go a little bit more Universe 6 centric, you could run something like this AGL Kale, and then the 50% support for like hit or something like that. Is Kaba on this team? I don't think so. Kaba's not on Super Bosses, I guess, because I don't think he ever really runs into, I don't think he fights anyone from Universe 7 in the turn. Now, doesn't he go up against Frieza? Maybe he goes up against Frieza. I think he does. But Frieza is not exactly, he's a super boss, so that wouldn't make Kaba a super boss. So, Super Bosses, I hope you guys understand that one, that we're not really going to be running a pure Super Bosses team if we are running this Broly. I think there's one team that stands above the rest in terms of this Broly, but we'll get to that. You might be able to see a hint right here, but let's move on to Transformation Boost. Now, Transformation Boost has a couple of options that we could at least consider, right? You see, we do actually have some options here. So if we want to run a pure Transformation Boost team, there's actually some ways we can move around this. So we have Broly, you run Gogeta, we bring the Super Saiyan trio, we could run the Super Saiyan Gohan, and then you could maybe kind of, let's just see who you want to link him up with, right? We would have, if you went like if it's a quick fight, you could run Golden Frieza for the damage reduction. You have Orange Piccolo, who obviously you'd want to run on the team. You could run this Ultimate Gohan, and that's another potential option for you down there. And then it kind of tapers off a bit, but God Goku, I would say, is a good option on this team. But like if you wanted to make one that's just pure Transformation Boost, I would say you run Broly, Gogeta, the Super Saiyan trio, Future Gohan, Orange Piccolo. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then for the 6th unit, I would say just it depends on the event. I'd say Ultimate Gohan is phenomenal. I'd say maybe this AGL Gohan, LR EZA, you could run STR Gogeta. There's a bunch of different options, and God Goku, that's what I would run for your 6th spot if you just wanted to go pure Transformation Boost. But in my opinion, I would say that this team is also not the best for Broly. Now, Full Power, this one, it does have some interesting options, right? If you look, we have this Broly, duh, Beast Gohan's here. We obviously are running him. So here's what I would do, right? You have Broly, but the thing with this team is you would just go run Beast Gohan's team with this, but I digress. You run Broly, you run the Gammas, you run Beast Gohan, you run Piccolo, you run Physical Ultimate Gohan, and then you run this version of the Physical Blue Boys. I would say that is the team that you'd want to build together. If you have all these options, that would work out well. If you need a backup option, you have 23rd World Tournament Goku, who is phenomenal. Limit Breaker Vegito wouldn't really work that well on this team. You have Revival, Cooler Movie Goku. You have Kai Goku, who could potentially work. Super Saiyan 4 Goku is still very good, but obviously not on the level of these 9th anniversary units, but you could fill him in on a team. I'd say that's a good spot for him. AGL UI, you are not on this team, but Evolution Blue Vegeta is about to EZA, so he could potentially shoe in on this team. But the fact that you have Beast Gohan means the team's going to be good. Haha, doesn't matter. You win the game. So I would say that is something you could get away with. But now, let's talk about the best team for Broly, and that is the Beast Gohan's team. Why is it the best team? Because it has 2 Beast Gohans on it, and that's why. But you would have 2 Beast Gohans on potentially on this team. You would have Broly. You have AGL Super Saiyan AGL Ultra Instinct Goku. You have Beast Ultimate Gohan. We have STRUI Goku. We have Carnival Sword of Hope Trunks. STRUI Goku's EZA is decent. You have AGL Gohan, who's okay, kind of falling off at this point. But you have these 2 who are probably going to EZA very soon. We'll get information for that shortly. But yeah, so you have like this option right here with Broly and stuff like that. But guess what? You also have access to the superhero roster. So anybody that's on superhero is also going to fit on this team. So when it comes to Broly's teams, it's like he's going to fit in nicely on any of these categories on the top. All 4 that we went on, he's like one of the best units on the team. And especially when you can fit him into full power and Miraculous Awakening with Beast Gohan, who is just undoubtedly the best, and also have 2 teams with Orange Piccolo on the team, you just have a ton of options for how you're going to be able to do that. Now, the last team I want to look at is a little bit different, and it's not this one, it's Super Saiyans, because this team is good, but the problem is you can't run Beast Gohan on it, right? Because this unit right here, I believe, is just a pure 200 for Super Saiyans, right? Yeah, it's a Carnival, so it's for Super Saiyans. But if you wanted to run a Super Saiyans team that is revolving around this Broly, I would say that obviously you want to run these 3 on the top. The Super Saiyan trio from the 13 movie. You have AGL, I'm used to the old one. Physical Gogeta Blue, AGL Final Form Broly or Full Power Broly. You could run Carnival Trunks. Future Gohan, I'd say, is a must run on the team if you have him. And then it does get a little bit tight down here, but like Carnival Goku here could work out nicely. And if we go to the TURs, we've got somebody like Super Trunks who's got that Ghost Usher. We got Goku. Like, you have options on this team, right? Super Saiyans, I would say, is a great way to kind of incorporate this unit. But if we count it right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? That's a team right there. Like 4, 5, 6. That's a team in and of itself, and you could easily kind of work around the ways to make Broly look good. So just wanted to go over this, and I guess we can quickly talk about Broly. Where are you at? I think this Broly has kind of like, this is a very polarizing unit for Dokkan, because I said this to a friend last night, but I feel like this is somehow the most overrated unit and the most underrated unit at the same time, because people will say this guy is 1. Well, not anymore, but like at least in part 1, people were like putting this guy over Orange Piccolo and stuff like that. But now that Beast is in the game, we know he's not. But like people still have him at 2, but people also have him at like 7, where I don't think that's where he's at. As someone who's not like huge on individually ranking units, saying like, oh, this unit is 1, this unit is 2, I think it has to be painfully obvious for me to like be like, oh yeah, this unit's number 1. And that's how I felt about Orange Piccolo and Beast Gohan. But with this Broly here, I think he's solid, and he has probably the most impressive ceiling offensively in the game of any unit right now. I mean, you just look at what this guy is putting to the table, and it is absolutely insane. If you run 2 of them especially, you link him up with himself, he's doing 4 or 5 super attacks all over 20 million at least. It's very, very intense, very, very impressive what this guy can do. So I think especially if you're somebody that just pulled him on JP, or you are waiting for the global anniversary, you're watching this video in like July, just know that you can at least summon a little bit for this guy, but don't blow the bank, like, you know, don't empty the wallet and get rid of all your stones summoning for him, because Beast Gohan is just that much better. So let me know down below what team you guys are running this Broly on. Do you think he's good? Do you think he's bad? All that fun stuff. If you did enjoy today's video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you are new, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any of the Dokkan content that I post here. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.